A show duct taped together by broken promises and hopes and dreams. Recorded in the corner of Wade's dirty bathroom. Get ready for WMBT.
Due to the frequency of YouTube moderators threatening to shut me down for being fun or naughty, I must read the following disclaimer. I apologize in advance if I offend anyone during this episode. I recognize that this can be a sensitive topic involving minors, and I will do my best to handle it with care. I do not condone any criminal behavior, and for the record, these lines in front of me, as with previous episodes, are just lines of baking soda, not cocaine. This is just a silly prop representing childhood rebellion and nothing more. I also do not condone any sexual interaction by female teachers schooling teenage boys in the worst, most reprehensible way possible. Anyone committing such crime should be punished to the full extent of the law. Now, as a public service, in case time machines suddenly become available, I will be listing the top 3 offenders later on in the episode, so we can stop these women before committing the heinous crimes against these poor, defenseless teenage boys. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Basic schooling is supposed to prepare us to become functional adults. I went through the system in England, then Spain till I turned 15, then jumped straight into the music business. In contrast, my son grew up here, so I got some US insight along with my European schooling. However, both leave me with questions. For example, why is algebra mandatory when almost no one uses it after school? Why not teach how to manage a checking account, basic tax filing, or how credit scores work? Financial literacy should be core. Budgeting, compound interest, avoid debt traps, because 100% of us deal with money daily, not just engineers. Then there's cooking, but trigonometry takes priority. We learn sine and cosine, but not how to make a cheap, healthy meal, or why fast food and sugar will wreck your health. The proven dangers of processed food, or learning what a balanced diet looks like. What about navigating law enforcement, traffic stops, how to understand basic legal language, and knowing your rights? Business 101. Show kids the difference between an LLC versus C Corp. How to start a simple business, or even change a tire without calling AAA at 3 o'clock in the morning. Before I start this chapter of Grooming Unchecked, I must make it very clear that the ladies I'm about to share with you are all convicted criminals and are currently serving well-deserved time and should not be glorified. We pray for the teenage boys that these women assaulted, and only hope that these boys can one day fully recover from the damage that has been caused. Now, without further ado, I bring you Grooming Unchecked. All right, let's get started, shall we? Welcome to the Grooming Unchecked Awards. I will be your host for this evening. 3 unlucky ladies that have committed various crimes against teenage boys will be receiving 3 different medals. Starting with our gold medal winner tonight, Julie Rizzatello, former New Jersey high school teacher, sentenced February 2026 to 10 years in prison for sexually assaulting 2 students she groomed, a 15 and a 17-year-old. She got lifetime parole and added to the sex offender registry. She will never be allowed to teach again. The silver goes to Melissa Marie Curtis of Maryland. She somehow got sentenced to 30 years, but will only serve 12 months. The rest was suspended. She repeatedly sexually abused a 14-year-old 8th grade boy while she was his teacher, in addition to providing alcohol and weed. And lastly, the bronze medal for abuse of trust, Carissa Jane Smith of Missouri, substitute teacher serving 10 years for paying middle school boys for sex acts and supplying alcohol and drugs. To whoever reported these women to the authorities, I would like to thank them for protecting our young men, and I know that I'm certainly very glad that I never ran into teachers like this when I was a teenager. There it is. So, why are schools still forcing kids to learn cursive handwriting, like they may need to sign the Declaration of Independence someday? No one can read that shit anymore anyway. The system seems to be stuck in the past, preparing us for Jeopardy instead of understanding today's world. Why not teach cause and effect history? Financial crashes, propaganda spotting, things that would actually stop grads from repeating dumb mistakes. Most of what we're forced to memorize could easily be swapped for real-world skills that actually help 99% of people. Instead, we leave school clueless on the important stuff and learn them along the way as adults, the hard way. The curriculum just may be designed to keep the population compliant and just rolling along with whatever the powers that be want to do. Kids are taught to memorize every president's middle name, but rarely touch real-life applicable history. For example, instead of memorizing dates from the Great Depression, how about actually breaking down why it happened? What reckless lending looked like, how panic spreads, how speculation inflates bubbles, how ordinary people get wiped out when nobody understands leverage. That same pattern showed up in 2008, and again in crypto crashes, and again in housing bubbles. History isn't about learning dates, it's about patterns. One thing we did get from schools, that was the ability to learn and memorize, regardless of whether it was useful in later life or not. At least we can now use those skills to help us down the road.
Wait, Martin's video thingy.
Oh, God.
Don't subscribe.
UMBT.